everybody. Good afternoon. I'm sitting in the car waiting for someone, waiting for the kids. They are at the beach there. We're at the beach, but I'm sitting in the car. By the way, they are not my kids. I'm an aunt. So they are with me for holidays. This video is not so clear because of the sun. I would like to talk about choosing your battles and choosing the things you answer to. Those who know me will know that I followed a career in research, so I analyze things. I analyze my response and I choose my response, and I decide if I want to respond on something and I don't want to respond on something. But I would like to inform you of something. There are these people who like to provoke others, who like to insult others. I've been insulted all my life. I inherited it from my mother, who was insulted by their in-laws. People have a tendency of normalizing persecuting the in-laws, especially in the African culture. They would think it's normal to insult the wives who marry into their brothers and call them witches and call them all sorts of names because they think it is okay to treat them badly. Unfortunately, with my mother, that was also done by those who got married and were favored as opposed to her. Then they learned to disrespect her and also to call her names. Then I've learned one thing. First thing, when I was 6 years old, someone was insulting my father, and it was a relative. One now would explain why I don't care much about relatives. It's because all of my life I don't remember them treating me well or treating my family well. So I chose to block having relatives. I just don't care, So my relatives became strangers. My relatives became my friends who turned family, because I realized that, with family, they like you when you are poor. Then once you stop being poor, they change the tune and say you are proud. You say they are like this and that and that, that they would call you names. Whereas it was the same people who were wishing you bad. Like with my story about my father, this relative was insulting my father. So I was standing there, I was 6 years old, and she said, "You will be a piece of rubbish and your children will be nothing, and they will be a piece of rubbish too." And now her sisters, this lady used to say to us, when we are old, we'll be washing their feet because we will be pieces of nothing and they will be teachers and everything. But now people, when they say these things, they don't know that there is a God in heaven who blesses us all. Maybe they didn't see our future that time. They were seeing the situation in front of them, because my father lost a job while we were very young and my mother was disabled. So maybe in their eyes we were going to end up being pieces of rubbishes. But I refused to accept that witchy negative prophecy. And I remember talking back, but not for her to hear me, but talking to myself that no, she doesn't mean me, because I'm destined for great things. That is not me who's going to be a piece of rubbish. To continue with what I'm saying, I followed a career, even though some people know me as a social worker, but for many years I worked as a researcher, and I analyze things that people say to me. Some people think I'm sensitive. Maybe I am, but I analyze things that people are saying. Then I choose my battles. I choose my battles carefully. When I keep quiet, it is because I want to keep quiet. It's not like I don't have an answer, and sometimes I'm protecting you from my answer, because if I can say it as it comes, it can be destructive. And sometimes I just decide to keep quiet and let God deal with you. I took this from my mother. Otherwise, I used to be a fighter who's rebellious, who wants to beat people, and I've beaten some people in my life, of which I'm not proud of that because it was not a good thing, but it was an act of self-defense that time. So there are people who listen to the things that people say to them in heated arguments. Then because that thing has hit her, he or she will use it to you. You know that it doesn't come from her, but she's imitating what was said to them and using it to argue with you. There's that group of people. There's another group of people who would use the insults that they get insulted with to insult you. Then you listen, you're like, okay, she was called the same names, but now because those names hit her hard, she's using them to insult you. The third group is they are I'm running out of an English word for this, ne? It's how they feel about themselves, so they are projecting it to you. A person with a low self-esteem who's insecure will project their insecurity to you, and if you are not careful, you'll be dragged to that. And then that is why you have to listen carefully to what people are saying and how they are saying it. And some are telling you about themselves. Do not be quick to answer. Just listen from where this thing comes from. I know of a woman who insults everybody only to find out she doesn't even have a family. Even the family that she grew up with was not her family. Now she would come and insult me and call me Mqakwe. But Mqakwe is her. If you look into her background, you realize that Mqakwe is her. Then that is why I say do not answer quickly. Choose your battles. Listen sometimes to someone telling you about themselves. Listen carefully as they talk, and then you listen to them telling you about themselves and you don't answer, you just smile. I had a friend who used to say, sometimes when you don't want to answer, as a person talks, they do like this in front of you. Look at them and imagine that you are seeing a frog. And then as they go quack, 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 talking, ask yourself and say, okay, do I talk to frogs? Then you'll find it funny even that they are going quack, 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 quack to you. That is why I don't answer everything. Sometimes I answer. I can talk, but sometimes I don't. I just keep quiet. Reason because some battles are not yours. You don't even have to answer them. And one more thing is we need to reduce the level of hate. Some people are hating other people. They don't even know how it started, but they enjoy the negativity. They enjoy the hate. They enjoy competing to one another. In fact, they would think they are competing with you and you're like, okay, competing with me? Why? Do I even care? Do I even see you? Do I even notice you? Because some people you don't even notice. You don't even think they exist. So why would you care what they do, with their lives? So I'm just saying it so that we don't get carried away, because people have what we call verbal diarrhea, and they like to throw insults to innocent people. My mother used to say, as long as a person doesn't break your bones, just ignore them. I used to hate that up until I grew up and I realized that, some people are not worth our response. Just let them go. Anyway, God bless you. I just thought I should share this because I'm sitting in my car and I'm waiting for my nieces and nephews to come from the beach. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye.